Hi guys, so we are going to be working on the rainforest and we're going to be talking about one of those things we drew from last week. So you either drew a insect or you drew a bird, and if you don't like either of those, you can choose an animal. And we're going to zoom in. We're going to look closely, okay? So our target is I can show determination to look closely at the eye of an insect or bird that I drew in previous classes and create a zoomed in view of my creature, okay? So you're good for the plan. You're going to look closely at the insect or bird that you will draw and notice the lines and the shapes and the colors. Then you're going to fill your whole page up with the lines and shapes you see. Then you'll add the colors. Then you're going to reflect one star and one step that you had today. Here's some examples. Here's a nice way to think about it, right? You can look at a whole picture, but then I want you to look at a very small piece of that. Here's another one. This is called a viewfinder. It helps you to focus on just that small area. Here are some different pictures that students have drawn. They're using all different materials, so whatever you have available. So this is what I drew last week. I drew an elephant beetle. So if I wanted to do this, I would look really carefully and really closely. I might even zoom in even further. So I took this picture and then I clicked on it and I made it really big. And then I can double click on it and I can shrink down my edges and keep doing that same process till I get it to be the size I want. Then I can make it bigger. Sorry. Making it bigger again. So I'm again just zooming in and zooming in and zooming in. Okay, if you don't like what you did, you can always take an arrow back. And I'm doing this right on the slide here. You can open up your own slide and do the same thing. If you don't want to do it like that, then you can just look up a zoomed in version of your bird or your insect eye. So I just did a really quick search of toucan eye, and it already has some zoomed in pictures, so I don't even need to go through that process, okay? So I have this, and this is what I'm actually going to draw today. I'm noticing a curved line, another curved line, these are a lot of curved lines. It almost looks like a triangle there with a circle inside. So now that I'm noticing that, I'm ready to draw, but just if you have some time, guys, you can scroll right through these slides. There's a whole bunch of different eyes there, including down here. If you can't find one you like, look here and then figure out what animal or insect it is. There's even reptiles down there. Okay, make sure by doing this we are emphasizing that eye, guys. Okay, there's extra reading that you can do about animal eyes at the bottom that is not required. Let's get started. Okay, so what you have today, you have oil pastels. If you have them, markers, colored pencils, markers, your choice, and your pencil. So what I'm going to do is use this whole page to draw that beautiful eye. So I see up here, I'm going to curve it down. It goes off the page over there. I'm going to curve this line right here. Let me go down a little bit so you can see better. I'm going to curve, so I have this line here. I'm going to draw heavier than I would. I'm going to go ahead and curve this down, comes over. There's a little bit of a bump, and it goes off the page over here. Right above that bump, I have this line that comes down and over, that goes under the eye. Up here at the top, we have a line that comes down, curves around to right about there. There's a second line right about here that comes almost curving like that. Coming off the side, there's a line that goes over there. So I'm putting in all the lines I see first, and then I'm going to go back in. So I'm a little bit off with this because this needs to come down here. There we go. That looks a little bit better. Maybe a little more curved there. Yeah. There we go. If you have all these crazy lines, don't forget to erase them when you are done. So that is that. And then I need to go actually up here and curve this. Then I have my eyeball itself. And it's funny, it kind of looks like a square that's corners have been curved. for that outside edge. And then in here, there's the black part of my eye. And it's not a circle either, guys. None of that is a circle. Okay, I can then go in and get more of the detail with both the reflection and those extra colors in there when I'm adding color. So if I just sketched, guys, I'm going to go ahead and erase out any extra parts I have. And then I'm going to add in my color. So I'm going to pause while I get that color. Okay, so I am going to go ahead and I'm going to start adding in those colors. I'm going to work from some of my lighter areas. I have like a grayish, greenish, bluish off the side here. I'm just going to add a little of this to start just making some lines in there. I know there's a whole bunch of white for the most part over there, but it's not just pure white. So I'm going to keep that right over there. And I can blend that together to get kind of the color that I'm seeing in the picture. Then there's some white in here. Don't be afraid to use your white, guys, because when it blends with other things, it's going to show up. In there, I have some orange, and I have a whole bunch of different oranges, and don't be scared to try them out. And because I know this is a bird, I'm making small lines. I'm gonna actually mix it with another orange. I'm making small lines to start, and then I'm going to go back through and I'm going to blend it together. This one has a little bit of different color right here. Look carefully at your colors as you draw. There's some yellow. I go in and get some of my yellow. Down here, it's going to be mixed with my orange eventually, but I'm getting it in right now. Making lots of lines. Go back in with a little bit of my orange. So guys, the other thing is, remember with oil pastel, the nice part is you can use your finger to blend it. So you lose a bunch of those funny little lines. Going in again, over here we have some more yellow. You're just going to keep working on the colors you see. Back and forth. And that's just working on the orange, guys. You can do that same exact process when working on all your other colors. Okay, I'm going to go back in. I did the same thing with that part of my eye. Now I'm going to go in. I'm going to leave out, there's some reflections up here, so I'm going to try and leave a little bit of white spots. Just be careful with black. Once you get this color, it's really hard to go backwards. Try not to get it on the outside. I can get a little bit of my white. There's some reflection right here. A little bit more reflection up there. Going across the top. It's a reflection of whoever took that picture. Okay. There's a little bit more in here too, could add in. So right now I have that top part made to my satisfaction, and then I'm going to keep going around the edges. Think about getting in all the colors before you get these big black areas. It'll help you in the long run. So I'm going to add some orange here. Creating again different value by mixing my two oranges together. You could even add in, pressing in a little bit harder to get different kind of value in there. And I'm switching fingers as I'm blending, guys. Why am I switching fingers? Because I don't want to make my orange dirty. I have different, when I blended my blue, my finger got pretty dirty. And so if I touch my orange now, it's going to get really dirty. So I'm just going to quickly add this in. Just go ahead and keep blocking in those colors. It's okay to leave parts of your page white if they are white. And I blend it. And you're going to keep going, guys, okay? So you see how I'm getting those big blocks of color. Hopefully you can see the same thing with whether you're using oil pastels, markers, colored pencils, crayons. Have a great day.